Well, it's 2 a.m. and the lights are on, and the magic kingdom magic never gone. Got our Mickey ears on, won't go to bed. We're Disney Insomniacs, enough's been said. Wandering Main Street with dreams so bright, Cinderella's castle glowing in the night. Pirate ship sails and rockets in the sky. We're chasing Tinkerbell, those fireflies. Sleeping at the castle gates, dancing with our dreams so late. Mickey, Minnie, Donald too, we're Disney bound till the sunrise blue. Teacups spinning, hearts a-whirl, it's a small land after all around the world. Haunted mansion gives us chills at 3. But we're ghost hunters now, come and see. Got no sleep, but we're feeling fine, 'cause we're living in this Disney time. Every night it's a new parade with fireworks and magic we'll never trade. Sleeping at the castle gates, dancing with our dreams so late. Mickey, Minnie, Donald too, we're Disney bound till the sunrise blue. Teacups spinning, hearts a-whirl, it's a small land after all around the world. Haunted mansion gives us chills at 3. We're ghost hunters now, come and see. Got no sleep, but we're feeling fine, 'cause we're living in this Disney time. Every night it's a new parade with fireworks and magic we'll never trade. Sleeping at the castle gates, dancing with our dreams so late. Mickey, Minnie, Donald too, we're Disney bound till the sunrise blue. We're Disney bound till the sunrise blue.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome into Disney Insomniacs on a Wednesday night with a special show. We're excited about this. We've got John coming on, Spaceship Ears, as you many may know, and he's going to be working with us tonight on something big for Two Truths and a Lie. And let me tell you a couple things. One, if you hang around and you're here and listening in, there's going to be a chance for you to potentially get a massive bonus to your total. So I don't know if you're playing the game. I think that's a pretty cool opportunity just to sit in and have some fun with us tonight and see how we're moving forward with it. So I'm kind of excited about that, and it's going to be a good time talking with John Spaceship Ears in just a little bit. Also, I saw in the chat already. I saw Park Hopper Choppers. We got something special. We're going to show about them a little later. I saw Richard in here. Got something special I'm going to share with you guys for the first time over on this show. And I got an update. I was in the hospital for 4 hours today. I don't know, something like that, 4 hours, something like that. So I got a quick update for those of you that are interested. So I'll have that a little bit later on. And Roberta, the first one. That's what I want, the first one. I'm sure you picked up on what I'm saying. So yeah, so I'm excited. I'm gonna run through a couple of quick things real quick, and then we're gonna get going here with John, and we'll say hello to chat and do the whole thing. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna come over to John first. We're gonna say hello to chat together. John, bringing you over so that we can say hello to chat together. Hello, friend.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Pete. How are you doing? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing. Hey, look, thank you for wanting to do what we're going to share tonight. I think we're going to turn some heads with everything that we're doing. So let's
do some fun stuff.
I'm going to do a quick hello to the chat so that we can say hello to everybody. Teresa Score, hello. Fred O'Malley, hello. Margaret Riley, hello. Neil is in here. Neil had a good, was it last week he had a perfect week, or was it a week before?
Yes, it was last week.
Last week, wow. Debbie Bernfeld, hello. Mark F., my good friend, is here. Always love just saying Freedom Alley. So Freedom Alley again. Go Many, Roberta. Hopefully you got my message there. Dropping down. Jacob Farnsworth. Hey, Jacob. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you in here with us tonight. Jonathan Chong. Hello, my friend. Debbie Thunert. Good to see you. Good to see you. Miss Bernfeld is here. Hello. Good to see you. Kendrick is in the house. Hello, Kendrick. Benjamin. Good to see you. Welcome. Park Hopper Choppers. As I said, we'll talk about them a little bit. Our good friends Disney Supreme. They're not too far from 100K. Can't wait to see them get there. Monorail Molly is here. I'm legally bound to do this now, John.
Jolly Jan Molly.
Cakes made me sign a contract.
I get it.
Yeah, Cakes. That way,
Got to keep your producer happy.
you gotta keep her happy 100%. Cakes just wanted royalties for his voice being used. So he told me if he's blessing Jen with his royal voice, that he should get taken care of. So I was like,
There you go.
Absolutely. Annie22, hello. Disney Magic and Mayhem, Richard, hello. Good to see you, buddy. Joe Watchberg, good friend, hello. Welcome in. Drop in. Grandma Grover is here. Hello, Grandma Grover. Great to see you. Jewelry Picks. Hello, Donna. Good to see you. Timothy Squire. Hello. Oodalali Lane. Kate, welcome in. I'm legally bound to say hello to you tonight. Not because you're here. She bought me Peeps. She's mailing Peeps to the house. So, have to say hello for a Peep. Yeah. She found some wall pips. Jay Grubbs. He's going to be a guest on the Triple C show over here. I'm excited. Jay's going to be a part of the show. He's a great cook. Does a lot of great. Yeah. Right. So that's cool stuff. I'm excited about that. Let's see here. Did I miss anybody?
Surprising amount of people in the community are great cooks. So
yeah, we got a lot. That seems to be a hobby of a lot of people in the community. Yeah. So that's good stuff. So welcome into everybody here. John, I'm going to real quick just hit. There's people that support our channel, everybody, and we try to highlight them each time we do things. So please, Strawberry Field Fairy, hello. Pete, you startled me from Toronto. I starled. I guess it's startled me from Toronto. Well, welcome in, Strawberry. I'm glad you're here. Take a look at these people. They support us. We're proud to support them. Nemad does a lot with art with us, with our community. He is part of our trio of great artists that are helping for our charity event and for the meetup. Does great work. You can find him over on Art by Nemad over on Instagram. We love him. So check him out if you would.
Rob and Melanie Striffler by Dream Vacations is an authorized Disney vacation planner. Our travel agency's knowledge of Disney products has earned us the distinction of being named an authorized Disney vacation planner. We were given this special designation by Disney as a result of our agency's ongoing focus and commitment to planning customized, magical trips to Disney parks, Disney Cruise Line, and other Disney vacation destinations worldwide.
If you're looking for bracelets made with love, it's KT Designs and Crafts Company. Does an amazing job with various bracelets from Disney and other content variables. Check out the Etsy shop located right here on the link provided by our moderators. You can get them made today and shipped out to you really quick. Katie supports the Pete McDivitt Show, and we say, hey, go out and support KT Designs and Crafts Company, handmade with love.
Hello everyone, it's Chris with Park Hopper Choppers. If you're headed down to Central Florida and you need a mobility scooter, give us a call, 407-989-9618. We can bring it right to your resort, right to the park, or right to your Airbnb, no problem. We were voted best mobility scooter rental in Central Florida by my mom. Give us a call.
Whether it's luxury or fun in the sun, Dave's got the tips to make your cruise #1. Tune in, sit back, let's plan your stay on Cantrell Country's Travelway. It's Cantrell Country's Travelway, setting sail on adventure every day. From island stops to ocean blue, we got your cruising covered through and through.
There you go. All the links for all those great people that support us right in the chat. And PHC is in here. So if you go over there, check out PHC, mention that you heard about them over here. They'd love to hear about that from you. And you get a little bit of a discount in supporting your channel. Or on your purchase, I should say. So, John, tonight we're gonna talk in just a little bit about this whole brand new scoring system that you have created. and a little
Yes.
bit. We're going to talk a little bit about AI tonight with
Mm-hmm.
everything. We're going to show
Mm-hmm.
everybody the site, and we will actually give them the sites that they'll be able to keep up with it. Because the way I understand it, and we'll talk about more of this in detail in just a little bit, but they'll be able to keep up in real time with their scoring,
That's right.
which
Yeah.
is
So we'll
really
talk
cool.
about all that fun
I,
stuff, and I'll
I
keep it as non-technical as I
yes.
possibly can.
I need you to dumb it up for me because
No
it's me.
worries.
It's me. So we're going to talk about all that in just a little bit, and then, as I said, for those of you who were here earlier, if you're here a little bit later on at a undetermined time, I know when it is, but not going to tell everybody 100%. We are going to give out a very, very. John heard the bonus. He went, "What?" So
Mm-hmm.
it's a big bonus tonight. Travel Adventures with Tink. Hello, welcome in. Good to see you, Rudy. Having fun. Hello, my friend. Great to see you as well. All right, I want to hit this community stuff real quick and knock it out because we got some important stuff. Park Hopper Choppers says, mention Pete and get 10% off. So there you go, 10% off your purchase.
That's awesome.
I think Chris, who was it? Katie Phillips called me yesterday, asking for your number and everything. So I think she will be calling you to get a booking very soon. So. Am I trying to knock you out? Yes, Neil. That's the whole purpose of this. All right, let's run through this community. There's some cool stuff coming in the community thing. Let me first, just while I'm thinking about it right now, anybody who is coming to the meetup, including people on the screen, if you have not sent me your note telling me you booked your room yet, get with me. If you have not sent me your shirt size, make sure you get that. Got to get that stuff done because it's got to be done by the end of the month. I don't want to lose these rooms and the pricing because prices are ridiculous around BWI area. They're like one in the 150s to 210s, and we got a pretty great price for what we got. So, Buddy Hepburn, hello, good friend. Good to see you. All right, let's get into it real quick. I want to highlight that Tuesdays and Saturdays is Clubhouse Crew. John, I got to get you on one of the nights to hang out with us on Clubhouse
Absolutely.
Crew.
Love to.
I know that time is always tough because I got to get
Yeah.
you one of the days when you're home and
I
not
can
in
join
the
on
office.
Saturday then.
Maybe
Mhm.
if I don't know if we're going to do this Saturday, but I'll talk to you about next one because I might do
Sure.
wrestling. I'm thinking about doing wrestling this Saturday. There's a big pay-per-view event, so we might do that. But Tuesdays and Saturdays, Clubhouse Crew gets together. We laugh, we joke, we have a good time. We talk Disney, we talk so much more. Food is a big thing. We talk a lot of food, a lot of fun like that. So we'd love for you guys to come on over if you haven't seen the show. And on that Clubhouse Crew, we have a Peeps eating contest coming up on March the 14th. And the great thing is, this is kind of cool. Everybody in the chat, hello, Mr. Thibodeau and Miss Thibodeau. Everybody in the chat will be able to play this game. Roses, back up. What's up? Welcome in. Everybody will be able to play this game. And here's how. You're going to have the players that are in there. Cakes, Mandy, you got Kenny, you got Jenny, you got Doug, you got myself. Unfortunately, Mona Romali has family commitments that day, which family comes first, and that's the most important thing. But we are all going to play this. And I've already got Peeps locked up here in my safe. I got a couple more coming, and it's the most unique thing. We'll have a guest that'll come in and vote for us on who has the most unique Peep, but you got to eat them. So if it's, nasty, smells like a hog Peep, for some reason that you found somewhere, has to be legit, no homemade ones. We're gonna have a prize,
old
but
Peep or something like that, right?
yeah, something crazy. So if 7 people get on Mandy Mary's team and say I'm on team Mandy Mary, and Mandy Mary's the one that wins at the end, all 7 people will be eligible to win 2 prizes. We're going to give out 2 prizes that night. So that'll be kind of cool. So Teresa Scalora, hello. Mayor Mike, hello. Good to see you. Packers 2015, welcome in as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. March 14th, a Peeps eating contest. You don't want to miss it. And just so everybody knows, if my doctor says 3 days before the surgery that I can't eat it, I'm going to make Preston eat them. I told him that, John. I told him that today when he was putting them in the safe and he looked at one of the flavors. I'm not eating that. I was like, oh, yeah, you are. Oh, yeah, you are. So he'll do it. Whether he likes it or not, he'll do it. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Yep. You got to love it.
Tomorrow night is the night. John, I know you love the history of Disney.
Very much.
Your background, and to tell the story of the Enchanted Tiki Room from its original start to where it started out as a restaurant for what it was supposed to be, and then changed, and then it was originally going to have original birds, and then it changed to, everybody thinking Walt was crazy with this animatronic. He's going to talk about all this and more. And it is one night and one night only. And that is tomorrow at 7 o'clock right here. Jen and I will be sitting. And John, he's amazing because while this is his passion, and he worked 10
Mhm.
years on this book, 10 years
Mm.
pulling it together. Talked to
Yeah.
umpteen imaginators, creators. Living in Diz is sending some people over tonight. God bless Corey and also Lawrence. I see that that's happening right now. We'll say hello to them as they come in. He's also was a key animator for The Simpsons,
Mhm.
and now he works on the Family Guy show. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's great.
those are two huge, adult watch shows. So, Josh,
Mhm.
R2D2, welcome in, buddy. Amusement Park Pirates coming in over from Limited Diz. Welcome in. So this is going to be a great interview. And I'm encouraging everyone who's here tonight to please put it on your thing for tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Benjamin Burton, hello. Come on in. Any thoughts on that Tiki Room? I know,
You know, that show and that attraction is just so foundational to all things Disney. There is so many attractions that simply wouldn't exist if it weren't for the Tiki Room and what
True.
was planted in that place. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm so grateful that you and Jen do this series. It's just great. I hope everybody attends.
Well, it's a good tie into some of the stuff that you do, and I've
Mhm.
asked the moderators to post your link in throughout the night while you're here
Thank you.
for Grand and Miraculous. Is Tiki Room one that might come up on your show where you'll go
Yeah, we
back and
covered it. I can't remember which episode it was, but it was a few months ago. And we went into some of the history, of course, for example, how it started as a restaurant, what Walt went through, what Rolly Crump brought to it, and so forth. But it's nice to have someone who is completely immersed, no pun intended, himself into the history of it and to hear it from him. So I'm really looking forward to hearing that as well.
I love it when my guest falls right into what I want him to do. Listen, with John saying that, what I need is I did know that he did the Tiki Room because I went back and watched your show before I talked with Ken on the phone, so I had a better
Mhm.
knowledge. Um, do me a favor, mods, if you could go into somebody jump over into John's channel and find the link for that show, if you wouldn't mind, for the Tiki Room show. If you want something to really get you caught up into it, tomorrow watch John's show that digs into everything, and then come and listen to Ken's side, similar but different perspectives, and you'll
Mhm.
hear some similar talk, but from a different vantage point. And it is, as John said, and as you'll hear Ken talk about tomorrow, it is a attraction that Walt was not only very passionate about, but put his own hands on.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool when you think about doing
And I
that.
found it. It was episode 9 of Grand and Miraculous. So if that
Episode
helps.
9 of Grand and Miraculous. If one of the mods could grab that. Hey, Lawrence,
Thank you.
thank you to you and Corey for sending people over, buddy. I appreciate you. All right. Friday nights, 7 to 9 o'clock, we do news and merch. We'll be doing it again this week. That's live every week. It's updated news and merch. This week, we're going to do part 2 of the Festival of the Flower and Garden Festival, the food from Flower and Garden Festival. There's so much, which I was shocked. I think there's actually more food this year at Flower and Garden than I've seen at, all the festivals where food is the focus point.
Is that right?
I'm shocked at how much there is.
Wow.
It's
They
ridiculous.
probably figured out, hey, they can make a lot of money by doing this. So.
Well, when it takes me 2 shows to go through it, then I know, yeah, there's a lot. There's a ton there. So Saturday or Fridays, 7 to 9 p.m. every week, we update you on that. We're excited about this. I don't know. I don't know if you know or not, but we just booked Oodalali Lane Kate for a Triple C show.
Hey, fantastic. That's
Yeah,
great.
we had asked her a long
We have
time
so
ago
many
or
great
talked with
stories
her
to
about
tell.
it. Well, yeah, we
Mhm.
had talked to her a long time ago about it, and we're focused on the ladies really want to while we're interviewing all these great creators, they want to stick to the core of all the
Mhm.
people in our community that make a difference. I know there's people out there that we'd love to get. I'm not going to throw any names out in the community, but there's people out in this chat tonight that we would still love to bring on and talk about their story because you don't have to be a creator to come in and tell a great story. And we've seen that time and time again. So we're excited about that. She'll be on down the road. I'm excited about Sunday because it's a creator and his wife who do their channel together. This will be Dutchy Land and Heather. Dutchy's from the Netherlands. Heather is actually from the United States, but she lives over in the Netherlands with him. And they do their channel together. And they are going to be here with the Triple C Sunday night at 6 o'clock. And I tell you, That will be a blast of a show.
That's
I really
great.
think
They were just in Disneyland recently, weren't they? Or did I dream that?
he has been in Disneyland
Uh-huh.
not that
Yeah.
long ago. Less time that he's been. He was just literally a week ago in Florida, but at Disney was
Ah, okay.
couple months ago. He was over. It's actually easier for them to fly there and
Hmm.
go to California than it is to come here. So, it is what it is. Frozen theme park guide. Hello, Sierra. So, Dutchy Land will be here Sunday night. Blake, hello, good evening. Good to see you. So, make sure 6 o'clock Sunday night. You don't want to miss this. We got some good shows coming up between Thursday's Disney dialogues to the news and merch show, which has been rocking with 90 plus people watching every week now. And then coming up, finishing on Sunday, there's some great shows coming on this channel we're excited about. All right. I want to remind everybody that we are out on every podcast platform. Thank you to Lawrence for helping us with that a while back with Disney Dialogues on the iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Your dad's episode played not that long ago over there
I
on.
saw that. I'm so grateful. I'm so
on
great. I sent that immediately to him once I saw it light up. So that was great. I appreciate it.
The podcasts are going really well and we're really excited about it. If you guys love our channel and love what Jen and I do with this, the only thing I could ask you is open up your podcast platform that you go into, search Disney Dialogues, give us 5 stars or 5 likes or 5 smacks in the butt. I'm not sure what they call it over there, but give us 5 of them and help us out and give us a follow over there, because the more people that do that, the more chance that the platform will share it out to other people that like similar stuff. And I truly believe that people that don't know about our YouTube stuff going on, that find this, will love the people that we're talking to and everything that we're doing. So please do that. I talked about Maryland Meetup earlier, just reminding everybody to get their information into me, get their hotels booked, because we're going to lose that at the end of the month. So I'm not going to stick on that. I've stayed on that. Semper Fi, we had a great meetup down in Florida, and we this year we already have raised $3,100. I still got to update that. $3,100 for our charity tied in with the military. If you're new to us, we tie into a military charity that is a 501c platform, fully vested and everything above board. All money goes directly to them. 97 cents of every dollar goes to help a soldier in need. We don't touch any money. We don't want to touch any money. We want your money to go right there and you to get a receipt. It's that simple. That's the ethical way to do it. And we're very excited about that. Our next streams for that, for anybody who might have messed up, we are doing a Disney Live for a Cause on May 31st. That will be down from Magic Kingdom. So if anybody's down around MK on the 31st, come find me and say hello. We'll highlight your YouTube channel if you stop over, of course. July 25th, we'll be right here at the meetup. John will be here. You'll see him there, maybe themed up. He had a really good Disney. I wouldn't call it a costume. I say it's Disney bounding last year. It was good. We're going to have that available going on. So July 25th will be from here, and December 9th we'll be back in Magic Kingdom again. So it'll be excellent. I'm excited about that. These meetups.
There were so many great costumes that night. Everybody I saw dressed up was just.
Oh, there was a lot, and I'm hoping we have a lot of that this year as well. And then December the 13th, if you're planning your December and holiday time, we are doing another meetup. The last one we did, we were just under 100 people. We were like at 94 people participating. So if you're interested and you want to come over, our holiday hangout will be December the 13th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that will be over at Disney Springs. We would love for you to come out, say hello, hang out for a minute. That would be awesome. All right, I'm going to do birthdays first. Then I got 3 more really important things that I want to do. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do these first. I'm going to do these first. Park Hopper Chopper. I want to congratulate Chris and Mary. This is big for them. I brought this up on Tuesday night. I'm going to cover it tonight. I'm going to bring it up on Friday night as well, because we have different viewers that come in for all the shows. Chris and Mary, who own Park Hopper Choppers, took their life and just totally turned it around when they packed up the cars, drove out of Vegas, drove to Florida, wanting to find a different place, and started a whole new business. It takes a massive set of pride and belief in yourself to do something like this. And they have worked hard, and they were recognized by the Better Business Bureau as an accredited business. This is huge when people go to search your business and see if it's viable, to see what it does. And for them to receive that is huge. And I just wanted to shout out to them. Chris may still be in here. He was in here. He may got a call. I don't know. But this is a huge thing. So if Chris is not still in here, when you see PHC around in the chats, please give him. There they are. He is still in here. Give him, tell him, give him some love, man. That is huge. And we're proud of them. And I couldn't be more honored to call them friends. So that's huge. So thank you very much. We're
Great
gonna,
people. So happy.
yeah, oh, amazing people, amazing people. Caleb Joshua Hill, welcome in, buddy. Um, we're going to be putting this at the beginning of the show after this week, but I wanted to put an emphasis on it this week. We're blessed to have Nemad, who art is behind me, and Katie, whose art is behind me, who I won Katie's in a charity thing, to help us with our prizes for the charity events for the military and for our meetup. And I called Richard the other day because Richard sent me a picture that he did of Mickey, Sorcerer Mickey. It's spectacular. I mean, I'm talking, I mean, it's so good. Friday night, I'm going to show it. If you guys want to see it again, I showed it a while back. Friday night, I'm going to show this. I'll show the picture again. So I called up Richard and I said, hey, I know you're doing a lot of these streams now on your channel. And if somebody could grab Richard's link for Disney Magic and Mayhem and drop it in the chat for me, I will get it on the mod doc so you guys have it for the future. I'll do that tomorrow. Matter of fact, I need to send myself a note right now. If I don't do it, I'll forget. So right now, take a screenshot and then just put on here. One sec, John. Sorry for the. If I don't
you're
leave
good.
myself a note with everything that I have going on, I forget. And I do not like forgetting and letting people down. So mod doc Richard. There we go. I just left myself a
One
note.
of my favorite productivity gurus is a guy named David Allen, and he wrote a book called Getting Things Done, and he said, if you could do it in less than 2 minutes, just do it. Get
Do
it
it.
out of the way.
Do it,
But
knock
no.
it out. So,
Yep.
So Richard does these shows now, back to the drawing board, on his channel. He does them from when he's at home, and they're interactive. You can talk with him. He's playing some music in the background, and they're really, really good. He's really, really doing it well. So I would encourage everybody to take a look at his channel over there for what he's doing. And every week now, at the start of our shows, we're going to be highlighting Richard and his channel, and mods will be dropping a link because Richard was kind enough. He is drawing. And I don't know which ones he's drawing. He's going to surprise me, but he is going to be drawing or painting or watercoloring, depending on what he chooses. I told him it's up to him. I told him to choose the characters, but he's going to be drawing some big pictures for us for all of the events. And those will go to recipients that donate for the event. That's where they're going to. So it's going to be a great, everybody will have a chance to get them. And he is a very skilled artist and a nice person. We're proud to be working with him, as well as Nemad and Katie, like I said, mods, we'll get this to the front of the show starting next week. But yeah, I'm excited about that. And it's great that we can do that to raise money for charity and also highlight people in our community, John.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited.
Absolutely. There's so much talent out there too. So it's great that you're surfacing it.
We're trying to work as hard as I can.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a mod class coming up. These, I believe, are truly beneficial to many people in our community. If you are a moderator and you'd like to sharpen your skills, please come to this. If you are not a moderator and you want to be a moderator in this community or any other community, these skills transfer over, not just Disney, then you should come to this. If you're a veteran moderator who could listen in and maybe help us by saying, hey, you forgot to talk about this. You might be able to give us something we don't talk about. If you're wanting to be a moderator for my channel, and I have several new potential moderators we're talking to because I need a few because we've made some changes on our moderating team, then you have to take this or I won't even consider you to be a moderator. It's that simple. So March 14th will be the date. 4 p.m. will be the time. Okay. Anybody is welcome. If you're a creator, you can tell all your people about it and send them over here. It's not coming to my channel, just so you know. And it's not talking about growing. You won't hear me ask anybody to sub. It's about moderating and moderating only. It's about me helping others in the community based on the support that I've got from the 10 Imagineers. So you can invite anybody. And if you've attended before, you can re-attend. Okay. So the information for this will be put on my post section of my YouTube channel. You go to the front of the YouTube channel, my main page, and right up at the top it says post, P-O-S-T. You click that, it'll be in there, and I'll have it in there the day before. It is all done on a Zoom call. So
Hmm.
everybody can come, everybody can get in. We've had as many as 30 people being a part of it. And I am, John, you've taken it. What'd you think of it?
And yeah, you mentioned reattending. I think I've attended it 3 times now, and each time there's always a golden nugget that you can pull out of it that you didn't catch before. So
Yep.
definitely reattend it if you can, if the time works for you, because
Yep.
there's always something new to learn, and technology always changes, and it's great to keep up with it all.
Absolutely. We try to keep it to an hour and 15 minutes. Is what we
Mhm.
try to keep it to. There's a nice comment by Debbie in there. Amusement parks, hey, send your people over. Let others know. If you're friends with other creators, let them know. Hey, Pete's doing his moderating thing. Again, I do it for helping others. And why do I ask for get as many people there as we can? It betters our community, makes it more fun for me when I'm sitting there doing all the talking and trying to share all the information if there's a lot more people there. So that's always a good thing. Also, and why AI thinks this looks like me, I have no idea. Um, that looks nothing like me, but I left it in there because I thought it was funny. When I
It has
looked at it,
glasses. It counts.
well, Amber walked in here and goes, "Who the hell is that?" I said, "It's supposed to be me, but I don't know where it got that." We are doing a members only hangout that will be after the call. It's a separate thing. If you're a member of the channel, you can come to it. We'll interact together. We'll talk about your life, talk about mine. I'll update you on new things going on with the channel that you haven't heard about. We'll talk about probably the upcoming surgery. We'll talk a little bit about. We'll talk about the next trip I have coming. It's a lot of things. So we'll be doing that right here on the channel, and that will be on the 14th at 5:30. Again, same deal. You go over to the main page, you hit the post thing. It'll all the information in there. LOL, I see you a bit. It works, Jonathan. I don't see me at all. I don't see me at all. I think that looks like Harry Carey or somebody. So it is what it is. There. So, but that's coming. 14th, nice day for the community over here on the channel. Real quick, and then I'll do the birthdays, and then we're going to go over with John and talk about all this stuff. We got great coming up for the show. I just want to highlight the channels that we did this past Sunday. If you have not heard about it, go back to our last Insomniacs show, which would have been the 22nd, I believe. It's in the Insomniacs playlist. And Connie Loves Disney was one of the ones we talked about. We went into depth on Sunday about total views, top videos, top shorts, playlist, how many video views they have, all that kind of stuff. We talked about it in depth for each of these channels. So if you want to learn about them, please do me a favor and go check them out. We talked about Connie Love Disney. We talked about Edith and Ben. They're over there in the UK. They sent me a nice note. They checked out what we were doing. They were very grateful. But Edith and Ben, we talked about great banner there. Really good job on putting their banner. Even Buzz Lightyear looks like he's had like 6 beers right there. I don't know, Buzz right under the G in greetings. Look at Buzz.
Hmm.
He's lost. We talked
Moana was
about
really upset too.
yeah, we talked about Kevin Heimbach. Kevin, friends with Adam the Woo. He's a great creator. He's almost to 100,000. We entered into him into our race for 100K. Just a really good dude. And I always like it when we can find good people. And there's Kevin's right there. So we talked about Kevin's channel. We talked about Lawrence Squires. She's going to be a guest on our channel coming up. She is a very, very strong social media presence, especially on TikTok and Instagram. She's a former cast member. She can draw like no other as well. I met her, and I didn't even realize I met her at the meetup. She actually was helping out at Rob Katz's booth, and I came in, and she sent me an email later on. She said, "Did I just meet you?" And I'm like, "Oh man, I wish I'd have known. I'd love to spend a few minutes with her." But it was going so quick over there. So, but Lauren is going to be a guest on the show. She's got a great, great channel. And then TDR Explorer at 200,000 followers. 200,000. Found a channel at 200,000 followers. That's what's amazing to me all this time. So
Mhm.
you can check out all those 5 channels on the Sunday night show. All right, let's do birthdays before we go over, because this is brought to you by Bernfeld's Birthday Bash, where Debbie will dance on a table and do all that kind of stuff to make it fun. John, this week's birthdays, we are highlighting Myers in the Mouse, the 22nd. Mr. Fred O'Malley was yesterday. We got to tell him happy birthday. Francisco's is on, what are we at? Wednesday? Francisco's is Friday.
Mhm.
Nice.
Friday.
And Dave
That's right.
Stragan is also on
Hey,
Friday. So maybe we'll
so many good friends there.
catch them on the Friday night show, but we got to dance. It's that time. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, happy birthday. Let your dreams take the lead. With stardust and laughter and all that you need.
There we go. You stole the world. That's great. That's good stuff. So, happy birthday to Kelly, to Fred, to Francisco, and Dave. If you have not given us your birthday yet, please do. Please do drop it in the chat with your month and date. Hey, Paul Engel, welcome in. We should say, right now, since we're going to talk about this. Well, I'll wait. I'll do it in a minute. If you haven't given us your date and your month, give it to us. We'd love to recognize you when we do the show. So happy birthday there. All right, let's get in. John and I are going to talk here tonight. If you don't know and you're new to our channel, or you're watching us on the replay for the first time, we have a show called Two Truths and a Lie that we play on this channel. It's a segment sponsored by Mr. Paul Engel each week. You'll see Paul's logo in just a couple minutes here, or Paul's little sign with his logo, but you can check out Paul Engel on his channel, and we'll be dropping that link in. There you go, Debbie. Benjamin Burton put his date up there, so you can make sure that he is in the list. No, Neil, it doesn't. So, no, Neil, it doesn't. So let's talk about this. We started this show. We do it every week here on the channel. We started originally with a baby picture show, and then we did that for a while, and we moved on to this Two Truths and a Lie. Monterey Molly had a lot of support for me with that. Mike Towles, hello, buddy. Welcome to you. Good to see you, my friend. Jen had a lot of influence and help with that, with me getting it together and doing it, which I'm grateful to. And we give out prizes. Paul Engel sponsors the show, and we're grateful to him. So if Paul's in the chat, if anybody hasn't, please make sure you say thanks to Paul for helping make it happen. We give out prizes on the shows. And I mean, we've given out quality prizes. Disney ornaments. I just sent out ornaments recently. Disney bags at times. We got a nice bag that's going out for one of the recent ones. We've got lug bags have gone out in the past. Copies of some of our authors' books. I know just in the recent prizes that went out, we sent out 1 or 2 copies of Dog Ghost, the book by Bob Weiss. So there's all kind of great prizes that we give on this. I think all total dollar value in prizes in the 3 prizes that we've given out, sets of prizes on our show, or 4 if you include the first one with the baby picture thing, we have given out close to $700 in prizes. So I'm pretty proud of that we've done that. We'll continue to do that. So you want to play the game if you're not doing it. So we've been scoring it manually for a long time. And John came to me and said, I have this idea for how we can do it differently. Might be better. He did some background beta testing stuff with Udalali and Kate. So Kate, thank you for your help. I know that Jen also helped you over there a little bit with some of that. So thank you to Jen. So why don't you tell everybody about it real quick?
Absolutely. Before I do, let me just stress how meaningful this segment and this game is to the community. There are so many people who get so excited for Wednesday nights and they can't wait to go play the game. And this is season 4 now. That's hard to believe, but you've gone through 4 distinct seasons of this game. And it just means the world to a lot of people, including me, so I'm grateful to you. I'm grateful to Paul and everybody who pulls this together. And of course, Jen too. All along, I've been basically tallying the scores manually using an Excel spreadsheet. And it's been my pleasure to, chip in and help and so forth. It's been no problem at all. But for those of you who don't know, I know we talk about my dad and my grandfather and so forth, and I'm grateful you do because they're friends of the show, or my dad is friends of the show. They're both fine artists. Somehow I did not get the gene when I grew up. I was separated at birth or something happened, but I like to tell the story. My dad brought home a personal computer one day when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and my eyes lit up and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that thing? Long story short, I turned out to get the software engineering gene and not the fine arts gene. Thankfully, the gene has continued. My daughter is pursuing her fine arts degree, so I'm happy about that. But my strangeness aside, when I started scoring this game, something that software engineers love to do is when they do something manually or repetitively, they like to automate it. They like
Right.
to say, oh, why am I doing this manually? Even though over the last, how many years have we been doing this? 1 or 2 years.
1 or 2.
Yeah, you get pretty good at doing it quickly. And I know that you've mentioned that before. I mean, it's pretty straightforward once you get the Excel sheet out, you start jotting down names and things like that. Kate knows. She's been a great, step-in supporter, and
Mhm.
she's been taking score as well. Long story short, all along I've been thinking, gosh, wouldn't it be nice if we could automate this somehow and have some kind of a live scoreboard showing up where people can look at the scores and see how they're doing, et cetera, et cetera. The problem was time. I never really had the time with my career and, my show and all kinds of
Mhm.
other things going on. So recently, I started experimenting, and we're going to talk about AI a little bit tonight.
Mhm.
What I was able to do with AI is truly groundbreaking. And I know a lot of people's experience with AI has been hit or miss. Let me tell you a little bit about that. But before we do you want to talk about the scoreboard or what we've
You
been
wanna go
able to put
you wanna
together?
go there first before the AI?
Sure, let's do
Okay.
that. Let's tell
Welcome into
people
Nick
about what we did.
Welcome into Nick and Claire, one of our executive producers, key person on this channel in our community. Good to see you, buddy. All right, so we're gonna share the scoreboard with
Yes.
everybody, and
Yes.
we'll tell you how to get there in just a little bit. Just bear
Hmm.
with us. Please bear with us. We want you to understand about what's going on with it and how it works. So, John, I'll turn it over to
Hmm.
you again.
Sounds good. So what you see here is obviously, well, a scoreboard, right? It's a lot fancier than just an Excel spreadsheet that that maybe has been floating around before. But when you go to this website, when you hear the URL, you can go to this website at any time and you can see how people are doing vis-a-vis everybody else. So as you can see right now, Lissa Neal is in the #1 spot. Hopefully, maybe they'll stay, maybe it won't, but he did extremely well last week. I'll have to get to that in a second. And then you have #2, Debbie and Gloria are tied for #2. You have a whole bunch of people tied for #3, and you could scroll down and you can see everybody down in this list. What's really cool about this is everybody will have their own profile link. So if you find your name on this scoreboard and you click on it, at any point you can see the history of how you played in the game so far.
That's pretty
So
cool.
yeah, as you can tell, we have 4 episodes so far. And as everybody knows, Alyssa and Neil, I'm calling you out. You had a perfect score last time. So you had all 5, you had the bonus, and you had the raid bonus as well. So that's one of the reasons why he's top of the list right now. So by clicking this link, you'll be able to bookmark it, and you can always go back to the website and see how you're doing vis-a-vis everybody. Has some interesting statistics, including how many episodes you participated in, how many you got right, things like that. So for us stats nerds, it's fun to track. What I really love about this scoreboard and what we've been able to accomplish is it doesn't require manual entry anymore. So what this is a service that runs up in the cloud and it connects to your chat. So whenever we play a game, it'll automatically connect to the chat and it'll see, okay, someone wrote a 3, someone wrote a 1, someone wrote a 2. Let me keep track of that. And in real time, it'll show you how many people voted 1, how many people voted 2, how many people voted 3. So when we play a game next week, you'll be able to go to this website and you'll be able to track in real time who voted what and so forth. And then you'll be able to see, okay, well, so-and-so, the answer was #3. Okay, here's all the people who got that many points. And at any point, you can go do an episode. I'm going to skip 5 because that was a test. But this was the episode last week. So as you can tell, everybody, Alyssa Neal got 5 out of 5. There's a little icon here that shows the bonus and so forth. The yellow icon means they got perfect score. Blue icon means that they got the raid bonus. So at any point, you can go see what episode history happened and so forth. So you can hold me accountable. You can go say, hey, I think I got 50 points on that and so forth. So anyway, we have the whole history now for season 4 and we can keep track of it that way.
Absolutely. Welcome, Nicole.
Yeah.
Welcome, Yoo-Hoo. This is amazing.
So what's really cool about it is the idea that it can connect to your chat. It'll automatically tabulate all the scores in real time. You'll be able to track it on the website. And if you want, I made it a column format. So you can actually show this on the side on your screen if you prefer. And you could see all the votes coming in and so forth. So we actually beta tested this last Wednesday.
Right.
and it worked better than I expected. So I was
Okay.
super happy about that. So I'm looking forward to seeing it go officially live in the coming episode.
So you can go ahead and drop the link into the chat for if people want to
Sure.
look at it.
Yeah, I will do.
Also, could you do me a favor tonight and send me the link on email so that
Absolutely.
tomorrow when I go in to the when I go into the document for the moderators, I will put this
Right.
link in there also so they have it so people can, they can be dropping it as well during the show. So we're excited about
Yeah.
that.
So the
Uh,
website is twotruths.live. So there's no .com, .net, anything like that. It's just twotruths.live, and you can go there at any point, and you can see how everybody's measuring up. One thing I want to call out,
yes.
because of the way YouTube does things now, where the chat shows up with your YouTube ID, which
Hmm.
is the @ name and so forth. Eventually, you may see some names here with the @ sign and some names without. That'll sort itself out. And if you temporarily see yourself listed twice, we have a way to merge those names together. So
Yes, we
don't
do.
fret about that. Yeah,
So also, I want to call out a couple things. One, Sierra said she'd like to talk with you about this offline.
absolutely.
So
Sarah has great tech chops, so I'm very happy to
yeah, she's good
collaborate with
people
you
and
to talk
very
about
smart.
it.
I'm glad that she's a part of our team as well.
Hmm.
I'd also like to point out the key there is column 3, maybe I guess 1, 2, 3 games. Here's the key: is you see that some people have 4, some people have 3.
Hmm.
John, can you scroll down the bottom there?
Yeah, you bet.
I guarantee you got some 2s and 1s, and
Yep.
that was without even me seeing it. The whole key is if you want to be successful at this game, is to come in on Wednesday nights and be a part of the show
Hmm.
and participate in the chat and have some fun. We're trying to be this world has so much BS in it, everybody, whether it's jobs or family issues or romance issues or kids issues or whatever, health issues, whatever it is, we got a lot of the stressors out there. This is a
Hmm.
great way, we hope, for you to meet somebody new that maybe will be a part of our community and also to have some fun and maybe win some prizes. And even if you are a person out there, we've got a lot that I don't want prizes. Okay. If you win a prize, donate it. Donate it to a kid or a neighbor. Donate it back to us for the meetup. Don't, tell me, hey, Pete, I've done this many times. Hey, Pete, do me a favor. Take that prize and when you're in the park, give it to a kid. I can do that on stream and you can see that I did it and you got it done. So there's a lot of ways to do it. So even if you don't want the prize, where your prize can be, something can be done with it.
Sure.
Park Hopper Shoppers wants to know, John, do you do websites?
Yeah, kind of, sort of as a living, but we can talk about that offline.
Yeah, you talk with him offline, and
Yeah,
Chris, I can get you in touch with him
for
if you need me
sure,
to.
for sure.
Just send me a note, and I can just send me a reminder.
We'll get a
Uh,
tech chat with Sierra and everybody going. It'll be
there
great.
you go. So that's the key. You got to be here, and if you're out there in the community, tell your other friends about it. I know there's
Hmm.
some of our friends right now. Like if I go over here, I guarantee I open it up. I know that we've got some friends that will stream on a Wednesday night. Okay. If we're looking at it right now for people from the parks, here we are. We're at 10:30, the end of the night. So most of the people that are streaming when I'm streaming this show are our California friends. And Danny's live right now. He's the only one that is really live right now. T3PO is live. Bob may be on that show, but there's only a couple right now. But as far as our Florida friends, they're pretty much getting done by the time I am, for the most
Sure.
part. So tell your other friends about it. Tell other people in the community, hey, go over and check out the show. Again, it I'm fine. I'm happy with my numbers. We went over 50,000 between sports and Disney. We're doing awesome. I couldn't be more proud of what and I say we because it's all of us that makes this show. Whichever role you play, whether it's just a consumer all the way up to, you know, Paul who sponsors this event, or John who makes this happen, or Molly who watches my back, or Doug and Mandy who run the chats and stuff, or the people who come and help us set up the meetup, like Debbie and others, and so forth, or Park Hopper Choppers who helps me get to the parks every time.
Hmm.
Whatever role you play, this is our community. I just
Hmm.
want to put I had a talk with my doctor today, and one of the things he asked me about was, how's the YouTube thing going, and are you happy with it? And I was able to tell him, yeah, because we're putting smiles on people's faces. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. All I claim to be is a guy who got extra innings to play in his life, and I want to make it better for my kids and for the people in my life that want to be a part of my life. If the people that don't want to be a part of my life anymore, for whatever reason, it may be, a lot of my friends with the military that I dealt with don't really get this Disney thing. And I've told them that I'd love to hear from you, but if you're going to talk negative about Disney, don't bother calling. And there's some I don't hear from anymore, and so be it. There's people out there that used to watch this channel religiously that don't, for whatever reason, that they have other things going on in life, or they now have kids, or they got medical things, or they're watching somebody else because they want to watch that person more, or they're watching TV now and not on YouTube, or whatever the reason. They have a new job that they don't have time. Whatever the reason is, that's fine. I haven't
Mhm.
changed the way I feel for the people in my military. I still love them. I still love all the people with our community that don't come in as much. Amen. As long as you're happy in life. But to the people that do come in, we want to put smiles on your face. And this right here, what John has created, is huge, because now it makes our game way more interactive. And the great thing is, if we end up doing something with a different game down the road, because we are talking about changing the game at some point, and I don't know what that'll be, Wheel of Fortune, or, whatever. I don't know what it'll be, but we'll figure that out when we get there. John's scoring thing will be able to do it. And again, it's about keeping it fun, because I'm hoping that you guys will have the leaderboard open and be watching it as you go along, and, have some good, positive interaction chat, you know, like when Debbie overtakes Neil next week, I hope she tells Neil to, you know, put it in a pipe and smoke it or something. You know what I mean?
There you
Um,
go.
but I hope that everybody finds some happiness and success in it and wants to play the game a little bit more and get some points. So
And like you say, it's never too late. It doesn't matter if you've played 3 games or 4 games. You can always catch up. There are always ways to catch up
Well,
with it before you
yeah, I
have to
mean,
start.
I'm constantly, throwing out bigger points at
Mhm.
different times, and the reason is to give some of the people that are the lower stand a chance to check in.
Yeah.
I like to reward the people that are constantly here all the time, and we're going to play this for a while. We usually play it for 3-4 months,
Mhm.
roughly, because you need to be able to get it into where. I mean, hell, what was the? I think in the last round, the top point getter was 13, 15,000 points. I don't
Oh,
know.
it was crazy.
It was something up there. So this will
Right.
tabulate all that, and
Yeah.
do it. Is if anybody has any questions in the chat about this or for John
Mhm.
or anything, please drop them in there. You know, this is tension for you. Yes, it is tension for you. This is a place where we bring people up. We leave feeling better up about the things. Well, I hope so, Neil. Look, nothing's perfect in life, and you're not going to please everybody all the time. I can't tell you how many times, so and so or so and so will call me up. Well, why can't you do this differently on your channel? Why can't you do this? Or hey, it's your meetup. Why can't you do this? I can't please everybody all the time, but I can hope to please many people many of the times, and that's what we try to do. I'm never going to be perfect, and
Mhm.
I'm never going to be at the top of everyone's favorite list. One of the things I thought that Sinatra said on one of his interviews one time is, he goes, they asked him about the people that love him. He said, I think it's great. He goes, there's nothing like feeling the appreciation that somebody cares about you.
Mhm.
And then they said, well, what about the people that hate you? He goes, hey, I'm just living in their head. If I'm going to live in their head, so be it. That's their own problem.
Mhm.
He goes, I'm still getting, he goes, all those people that I'm living in their head are still buying my record because they want to hear what I'm doing so that they can be mad at me. So I look at it that way. I've kind of taken Frank's approach of, hey, the ones that don't like you, too bad. You just roll with it and go with it. So
Hey, there
cat
are worse
vintage.
role models to pick, right? So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way I feel about it. And I've got some that are my trolls, and that's fine. They can do whatever. It really doesn't get to me. But John, is there anything else we want to talk about on this before we talk about
Yeah, if you
AI?
if you wouldn't mind, if I can opine a little bit on the topic of AI, like I teased earlier.
Okay.
Everybody is talking AI everywhere. Obviously, it's the top topic these days. And I think most people's experience with AI has been relatively, let's say, shallow. You could go on a website and you can have a discussion with a chatbot. Great, that works well. You could go and create very photorealistic images. Maybe sometimes they'll have 6 fingers, sometimes 5, and so forth. But it's lots of fun, right? That's been most people's experience with AI. Yet on the news, you hear about how AI is really impacting whole industries, but you may not realize it. You may not see how does that connect? How does this shallow AI experience connect to transforming whole industries? This is one example of how it's transforming whole industries. This was created, I think it was last Monday or so forth. I opened up my favorite AI coding engine and I said, I manually score this game show for my friend Pete on YouTube. I would love to have a service that can auto tabulate it from the YouTube chat. How can I do that? I'm not joking when I say this. It took 8 minutes for it to create a complete service, start to finish, to do this for me, including the UI you see here, including an admin screen, and so forth. Now, obviously, it wasn't perfect. It needed lots of tweaking, and
Right.
thankfully, that's why software engineers are still needed. But it's mind-boggling to know that something like this that could have taken days, if not weeks before, that I didn't have time for, can be easily accomplished in the span of minutes. So I don't say this to dismiss the industry of software engineering, because it still requires human brains to figure out, okay, how do I get the right thing out of this thing? But I do want to point out there are massive earthquakes and seismic shifts happening in the industry. And it's something that we need to be aware of and see how it affects us all in the future.
I love it. Okay, great points there. Let me see here. Sierra says I have a love-hate relationship with GitHub Copilot.
Okay, sure, we
key-
can talk about that offline.
Domini says the key is knowing how to prompt. Yeah, it always is with AI. I believe that. Kay Wilby came in. Hello, Kay. Great to see you. Grandma Grover says, I know nothing about AI. Nah, don't feel old, Grandma Grover. It's constantly changing technology. I can remember when there was a thing called a payphone that people don't even realize now. Now we have all this other stuff going on. Kendrick says, I love this channel because a show is special when it's not just one segment or one guest, but the whole experience. The interviews hit, the live chats feel personal, the community feels real. Well, thank you, Kendrick. That's a very nice compliment. Mark says, I think what you said is accurate since it's a different each night as people's chat change based on real life. It's truly real. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. So good points there. Everybody's saying hi, everybody. So make sure I didn't miss anything. I didn't want to miss any questions that might have been coming up. Yeah, I'm excited. Now, of course, we'll really kick this in next week. I'm going to try to work it in so that we can flip flop back and forth from kind of like the guest channel like that, where we can have a thing with the guest channel and all that, to be going back over to this where we can keep up the at least the top board, at least maybe the top people there on there. So can you
And
scroll
like I
just a
mentioned,
little?
when we're in the middle of an actual episode, the whole
Yeah.
screen will change and it'll show you who's on top for that episode.
For
things
that
like
episode.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, with that. So that'll be different too. Can we make, let me ask you this as a technical thing. Could we make Paul's the thumbnail right there just
Yeah.
a shy bit smaller so we could maybe get a couple more names on the board?
Yeah,
Not that I
for
don't want to,
sure. That's a
Paul,
piece of
we
cake.
we promote the hell out of Paul, and I do it because I love Paul and I'm grateful to him. But I want that up there. But I'm thinking right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 10 up there right now.
Yes.
Um,
And to be fair, I have a zoomed in view right now. I can zoom out and you can
Oh,
see
okay.
more.
No, that would be great then. Okay, that's good to know. So I could zoom out. That's
Yep.
perfect right there.
Yep.
Because everybody, actually, if I we'll come up one, back up one.
Yep.
Zoom in one.
Mhm.
There we go. That's perfect right there. Because that
Yeah.
gives
You can
us.
zoom on your side.
Yeah. Okay. So that's perfect then. That's great. Because that way people can see more than just the top 10 and who's close to it and all that stuff. Okay.
For sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think we could ARC Adventures. Hello. Welcome in. Good to see you. Let's see if we can play with this a little bit here. I want to play with it on two fronts. I want to play with it on the when we do like going in and doing a raid.
Yes.
I want to see where I want to raid here. Let me see what we got going. Of course, this is a night that we don't have 10,000 people live. Walker Chronicles, where are they live from? They're out west. They got 400 people going, but I don't know them, so I don't want to raid them. All right, let me see here. All right, well, we'll do it for Danny. Danny's got 400 people watching also. Good Lord. All right, so we're gonna do the raid here.
And for people watching on the scoreboard, you may have noticed I put a episode 5. Now that's kind of a dummy prompt, but as I allocate bonus points tonight, you'll be able to see it show up in episode 5.
Absolutely. All right, we're gonna go over here. I'm gonna drop the link in, and we're gonna raid. And when you raid, it's just gonna be Pete McDevitt raid. We want churros. Pete McDevitt raid. We want churros. So here's the link, and I'll be calling you out.
Mm-hmm.
There's the link right there. It's going to be worth 100 points. If you want 100 points tonight, get you up on the board. Let's go. 100 points. I'll call you out as you're over there doing it. Let me get to live with Danny.
And I still don't want any.
Let's see who's going to go over and take advantage of these free points right now.
But that's beside the point.
All right, we got Cruise and Theme Park Guide. We got Alyssa and Neil. We got Go Mini, Debbie Bernfeld, Kendrick, Jill Watchbrick, Jonathan Chong. We got Udalali Lane Kate. We got Paul Engel, Grandma Grover,
Thank you, G-Man.
Fred O'Malley, Jewelry Picks,
Watch for Kid Club.
All Aboard with Blake,
Got a Pete McDevitt raid happening.
Teresa Skawara,
Well, you've come to the right place. They have tons of churros here.
Gloria Thibodeau.
Pete McDevitt show. We've got All Aboard with Blake.
We got Jason Thibodeau.
Jewelry Picks Photography.
We got Steph's Joy in the Journey. Hello, Steph. She was ninja back there somewhere. We got Alyssa and Neil over there. We got ARC Adventures.
Teresa Squara, welcome.
Let me see if I missed anybody else. Debbie Thunert, I'll give her credit as well. Margaret Riley, I'll give you credit.
Margaret, welcome in. Debbie Turner, good to see you.
And he does a good little channel if you're new to Danny. He does a great job over in his channel.
Now, if you miss your name on the scoreboard, I'm still doing the raids by hand, so don't feel bad. I'm going to add you at some point.
Yep, and
You
Mark
can see
Mark
that.
Mark
You can
F
see
is
the live
also
happening.
Mark F is also in there.
Beautiful.
John the Corn Dog is in there. Make sure I got him.
Mm-hmm.
Let me mess with Danny while you're catching up.
Welcome, my friend.
Uh, there we go. I just gave him a note over there. Great. It's a California channel. Jewelry Picks, we got you, Donna. You're good. So you see how it's kind of everybody, it's kind of adding in
Mm-hmm.
people as we go along. If you click on the link, you can go over to the live thing on your own and keep up and make sure that your name was added. That's another good thing that
Mm-hmm.
you'll be able to double check at any point to make sure. And if you didn't get points, you can shoot me a note and I'll get it to John if you don't know how to get to John. You know.
And I'll
Is
make
that
sure, I'm going to go over this eventually anyway later tonight, so I'll make sure everybody got in.
Is it in alphabetical order? Yes. When he puts it in, it will be.
Mm-hmm.
For
Well,
that.
by score, the highest score will show up. Of course, everybody has a highest.
Yeah, everybody has the same amount. So it'll be high score
Mhm.
first, then that.
Grandma Grover, I didn't get.
He's still working through them, Jill. He's still working down the list.
Mm-hmm.
And again, what John does, just so you know, he goes back and checks behind the technology after the show. He usually does a screenshot and then double verifies. I know I've seen him do that before.
Yeah, the automatic scoring right now, it only works for the voting during the
Right.
actual segments. So
Which we're going to do in
by
just a minute.
day, we'll get it hooked up so that the raids will
Well,
work too.
we're going to do
For
that
now,
in
that's
just a
fine.
minute. We're going to do that in just a minute. And get a chance here.
I can do a scoot day. There's nowhere else to go.
I thought that cast member was in a cart.
Enjoy the ride, guys.
All right, so let me mute him. I can leave on Winnie the Pooh while I'm doing it. Let me know when you're caught up. And then we'll do the next thing we're going to do here. So you can see, guys, how kind of how it works, at least for the bonuses, about how it'll work with all the way through. And you're getting those bonus points tonight for going over there doing it, for being here tonight and hearing about it. You get a chance for the bonus points, which is a good thing.
Yeah, and I'll go double check all this too. Feel free to chime in if I didn't grab you yet. But what I want to point out is, let's pick somebody here. Let me pick who has where. Let me call out Jonathan Chong here. So
Okay.
you can see here it's already showing up. If you click on your profile page, you can see those bonus points show up too in real time.
There you go, right there. So you can see, watch. I love this. This is really good, and it's going to take a lot of the guesswork out of it and everything
Yep.
we do. So thank you for that. Real quick before we go on to do our next thing, talk to me about your channel, Grand and Miraculous,
Sure.
and tell everybody, if you're not following, if we could drop John's link in there again. From my vantage point, I'm going to let him tell you about it. It is an incredible Tuesday night show told through the eyes of a storyteller that has been seeing that his whole entire life, that he grew up with, and he's able to share with you the intricacies of an attraction in the parks. Not only just Disney, because he's done some outside of Disney and everything with Back to the Future and all. That I truly believe, if you sit in, while some of it you may say, oh, wow, that's a little bit more than I expected, because it's a lot of information, you're going to absorb so much because of it. Because John is giving you not just, hey, I like this ride. He's really giving a lot to you. John, tell him all about it.
Absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity. And Grand and Miraculous wouldn't exist if it weren't for you, Pete and Jen, and everybody who set the standard for how to share Disney content on YouTube and other places. So first and foremost, thank you for what you do. You're having this multiplicative effect on the community, and I'm really happy to contribute my 2 cents. My light went off. As you know, I am very, very lucky and blessed to come from a family that's steeped in theme park heritage.
Absolutely.
Both my father and my grandfather have been Imagineers. They've contributed enormous talent to multiple attractions like Spaceship Earth, Hall of Presidents, and so forth. And I kind of grew up in that environment. And frankly, when I grew up in that environment, I didn't think much of it. I didn't realize, how many amazing people I was around, not just my dad and my grandfather, but all the other Imagineers, all the people who threw their weight into it and so forth.
Absolutely.
So I thought, hey, I may have been separated at birth. Maybe I'm not a fine artist, but I can contribute back in my own way. I can start my own show and share some of these stories that we all love. There are a number of YouTube content creators who do a fantastic job at sharing the history of attractions and things like that. And I want to acknowledge them first and foremost, because they kind of gave me the idea of saying, hey, what if we take this idea, but we drill in really deep? What if we take one attraction per episode and just go as deep as we can and try to figure out some of these stories that really were foundational to these episodes or these attractions that we all know and love. And my point was to preserve some of these stories, because I'll be blunt, a lot of these Imagineers, they're frankly, they're leaving us. And some of these Imagineers are not as respected or have had their stories told as much as they should be. So that's my goal with this show, is to preserve some of these stories and to share some of the magic. Pete,
John,
I think
hold
you
on
went
one second.
blank. Are
Yeah,
you still
I
there?
got to fix something. I'll be right back. Tell them about the
Sure, you bet.
episodes. Tell them about the episodes that you've done, if you wouldn't mind, real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. We've done 32 episodes so far, which blows my mind. Last night we did Back to the Future, the ride. So if you haven't seen it, I'd encourage you to watch, especially because I was able to go into the archives and find some footage of my grandfather. My grandfather was giving a speech to the Academy of Motion Pictures about the whole art of design and so forth. Well, in his speech, he actually talked about the creator of the Back to the Future ride. And I thought, what a great opportunity to be able to connect these two men. So I was able to take some of the clips that he presented to the Academy and tie it into the history of the ride and describe how some of the facets of that attraction that many, grown people wept when that attraction closed. It meant so much to so many people. But being able to connect the stories and have a good through line and figure out, okay, what is it that makes these attractions tick? The other thing I do is I have another website, grandandmiraculous.show, where people can actually contribute their own votes. So
That's right.
I like to say, I'm just some guy, I may have some interesting stories to tell, but my opinion is not worth more than anybody else who's on the show. So I'd encourage you to come to the website and contribute your voice as well. That way we can get a community idea of how much these attractions really work, or if they don't work, in the case of Superstar Limo. But some other stories like that are worth preserving. So I'm very grateful for everybody who supported me so far, including yourself and everybody who encouraged me along the way.
Well, absolutely. It's Tuesday nights at 9:30 East
Yep.
Coast time, 6:30 West
Yep.
Coast time as well. Also, I'd like to tell you before we do the thing that we're about to do, that I just spoke to Mr. Paul Engel, and on behalf of Paul and myself, we'd like to let you know that, for all you've done keeping score and now putting this together, we're going to be promoting Grand and Miraculous every week when we do this show as a thank you to
Awesome.
you. So Paul is an incredibly respected person in our community, and Paul, you guys should give some hearts in the chat for Paul because Paul takes care of this show, this segment and everything every week, and for him to do that, it shows how much of a class act and a big heart that he has to say, hey, let's take care of John as well. So
I
love
appreciate
to
it.
Paul.
That means the world to me. And you and Paul have done such a great job with this show. And like I mentioned earlier, I can't tell you how meaningful this segment every Wednesday night is for us, and it means the world. So thank you for running it.
Gene Fitzmagic. I got to talk to Gene the other day. It's first time seeing Gino over here, and he's been so busy working his tail off down in Disney. But great to see my friend Gene. And I got to get Gene in here on one of these nights when he's not working to hang out with us and do it again because I miss doing that with him. Also, I just to throw it out there and make sure I'm grateful to Jonathan and Stacy who were doing the hearts and all for so long. Stacy has decided to step away from the channel, so I'll be working with John and Jonathan, and Debbie's also helped it, but we need the hearts because that's how we track everything each week. And a shout out as well to I know Jen gets her name said a bunch over here, but she's done a bunch. She's done a bunch. I know she's very humble and she doesn't look for that. That's not what she's about. But I wouldn't have these shows if she didn't. It was both of them were her idea originally, and then Paul got involved and got behind it. And Jen has also been a key part in helping me find the 5 channels that we recognize each week, trying to have the symbiosis of telling everybody and showing everybody through what we do that on this YouTube platform, we can still be civil. We can still support other people. We can help creators we don't know. Look at how many great people have come into our community because of that 5 channel segment. There's a couple of them in here right now. ARC Adventures is here. We found him in the 5 channel segment. Rudy, we found Rudy at doing the 5 channel segment. Going down. I knew there was others. Sierra, I found her originally doing the 5 channel segment was when I first found her. And I'm just scooting back through, just looking at the chat real quick. I know there was others that came in here today. At the beginning, I saw a couple names that was like, okay, great to see them.
And let me just reiterate. I hope you realize the multiplicative effect you've had on people, Pete, because what you do here, you're at the center of the spider web, and the spider web is stretching more and more and more every day. The impact that you've had on people gets applied, people pay it forward, and it's impossible to understate how meaningful the work that you've done here means to all of us and all of the content creators that you've helped grow.
We try. There's Christy PH Disney. She's another one that we now part of our community that comes over quite a bit. A great creator in California. We
Mhm.
found Christy because of our 5 channel focus, and I love her channel and love what she does out there. My goal is to get out there to California and to meet people like Christy and Danny and so many others. And John said, if you make it out,
Oh,
I'll
I'll be
come
there with
down.
the bells on.
You know, so we're definitely gonna. I'm definitely gonna get that done at some point in the future. Here, I keep saying that, but I've got to I've got to do what I can to
Mhm.
get through all this other stuff first. So, all right, we're gonna give out another bonus here in just a minute for all you guys that stayed around and hung in here, and I'll do that. But real quick, just to give everybody an update, because I know I had multiple messages today on how things go. I spent 4 hours down at Shock Trauma today with all of my people, and they did EKGs and they did blood work. They took enough blood to kill a horse, I believe. At one point, I said, I don't think I got any left. There. So amusement park products. So we would meet you out there. Good, cool. Be awesome to meet everybody out there that we could. So they did all the stuff. Overall numbers came back really, really good. Had one or two things that weren't quite where I want them, but weren't an alarming factor. The surgery did get signed off on, and I will be having that officially on March 17th. So the channel will be down for at least a day, maybe two. We'll have to see. I don't know how long they're going to keep me, and I already know that streaming, probably on a long platform thing will not be a good thing. Now, that's not to say that I don't recover pretty well and feel good enough and get the approval that we don't do something, but that is not the plan. That is a to be determined, and only on the basis of how I am doing 100%. I will not chance it, simply for the fact that, infections with something like this or something that could get out there. And I don't need to push it to where it's an infection. I've worked too hard to get to where I am at right now. And, overall, do a lot of good things coming with the legs that I have and the new hand that we're working on and things that we've got planned for the channel. But I also, I was watching a video earlier today of Adam the Woo, and it was 7 months ago where he was talking about, well, next year I'm going to do this, and next year I'm going to do that, next year I'm going to do this. So it's in 2026, as I see people face to face and do stuff, I'm trying to tell people about the good things they're doing. And John, I'll be doing that with you when I see you
Mhm.
face to face here at the meetup
Yeah,
coming
for
up.
sure.
So
And
that'll
on,
be a
on
good thing.
behalf of the community, I hope everybody throws hearts into the chat for Pete, because Pete, that we're behind you, we're praying for you, and whatever you go through, we'll be
Well, thank
right
you.
there with you.
It was definitely. I'll be honest with you. My blood pressure on Tuesday when I had it done was at 130 something. It was great. It was fantastic, right? I pull into the pre-op thing to get the thing done, and it's at 182, right?
Oof.
Which not over 200, so but at 182. Well, and then I'm talking to the girl there, and I said, I know what it is. I said my numbers were 131 yesterday. You can look at my chart and see it. So there's this large atrium that's there. The floors are all around the atrium, and a lot of activity goes on. There's a great cookie place, which when my wife would bring the kids over, they would always go down and get a cookie, and I would try to always get Amber to sneak one, because Amber would do it for me. Amber will do anything for me. Amber would sneak cookies in for me when I wasn't supposed to have them and stuff. But whenever I saw that atrium, I always saw it on my back from a stretcher.
Right.
I know, because I was either going down to one of the air bariums, or I was going into surgery. I mean, I had 13 surgeries there, so
Mhm.
um, I never saw the atrium up front, and I've never been back on that side. If shock trauma down in Maryland, John, I kid you not, it's the size of a small college campus.
Oh, I believe it.
It is humongous,
Mhm.
humongous. Um, it's so big they've got their own police force. It's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I came in on the other side of the building. It's actually 6 blocks, 6 square blocks. That's how big it is. So
Hmm.
I came in on the other side, which is, whenever I go down to there for just, checkups and stuff like that, I go into their in and out location, like a clinic type thing. And so I hadn't been on the other side. This was the first time I've been on the other side since I left that building coming home in May of 2020. So I went in there, and yeah, the minute that I walked in and started walking up this ramp, as I went in the building 20 steps, everything started flushing. It hit me with the wheelchair ride going out to the car to try to get a ride home. That hit me, and then as I went into the atrium and started looking around, the rides in the on the bed going down to surgery, which I was in and out for most of them, but I kind of had like these visions of what was around and everything. It all just came back. It all just came, and I
Hmm.
knew that
Sure, sure.
I knew that everything had come up, and I told her that. I was like, look, don't worry about that. I'm sure to go back down. It's just, and plus, I ain't gonna lie. Anytime you go under, anesthesia and everything, and they're opening you up, or doing anything can happen, and that's
Yeah.
where I worry. So Gomini says I've been there. Paul says huge hospital. Yeah, it's a mess. So I gotta tell you that I'm not nervous, because yeah, I am.
Sure.
And
But
I
you
hope that
also have to
everything
keep in
is.
mind that, from what I understand, this is a very common procedure. So we're all hoping that, this works well for you, and we're
It's
praying for you,
common,
and
but
that,
the challenge is that mine is under my rib cage, which is
right.
so it's a little bit more detailed and technical.
Yeah.
He said two to
Fair enough.
three hours. He goes 2 to 3 hours, but I got to go over this stuff with you. This is the paperwork that says if you start having too much blood loss, I can do a blood transfusion. I'm like, I think I even said to him, I said, Doc, I said, haven't I had enough blood from this place? I mean, I think I've had while I was there, I had over 20 blood
Mm.
yeah, over 20. So I was like, I think I've had enough of that. I don't want more, And then he goes, well, you also have to talk to the anesthesia people about a catheter. I said, oh, hell no. I said, no, I had a catheter in there for way too long. It took me months to get it back out. No,
Mhm.
absolutely not. You're not, no. He goes, I ain't talking about down there. I'm talking about on your back for pain, you clown. I was like, I'm sorry. I
Uh,
was like, never mind. I was like, I might want that
certain
one then.
words,
It was just that
certain words
catheter
will,
was a,
will trigger you. I get
yeah,
that.
oh yeah, catheter is one of them. No, absolutely not. So,
Sure.
but yeah, so it'll be interesting. I try to keep light of everything. Humor is my breakdown. If you haven't figured out about that about me from watching this channel, when things get tough with me, I go to humor. Um,
Hmm.
my doctor, and I think I've told this like once or twice or maybe more, but it's a great story to me. My doctor, who is the head of shock trauma, he is world renowned and everything. He actually said to me today, he goes, I said, what time is my procedure? I said, they told me to come in at 6 a.m. He goes, oh, you'll be first. 7:30, as long as there's no emergency. I was like, okay. I was like, I didn't know. He goes, oh, I know the guy running the place. And I was like, yeah, that's right, that's you. So which was kind of true. So he's like, you're gonna be there. But back when this was like, it would have been my next to last surgery. They were taking off my
Mm.
right. This was when my left leg had already been amputated. My right leg was still on. This would have been in January of 2020. We had tried to keep the
Mm.
leg, but the infection was still there and we just couldn't stop it. And they were worried about it taking off and going toward my heart and killing me. So he came to me and he's like, you know what we got to do? We got to take the other leg. I was like, honestly, I'll probably do better than a crippled leg than having two, prosthetics. And because my ankle wouldn't work, my ankle, that's where the infection was. So it was just destroyed my
Right.
ankle. Um, so I'm laying on the hospital bed or laying in the surgery. They take me down, full prep and everything. Anesthesia people are there, and the anesthesia girl goes, "All right, you're going to take this. You're going to count down from 10. You'll probably get to 7. I think when I actually did it, I got to 9. I think I went out pretty quick. Um, and she started to breathe down. I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "This is not happening until I talk to Dr. Scalia." She goes, "We don't do it that way. He's over in prep, getting sanitized and everything and get ready." I said, "No, no, no. This didn't happen unless I talk to him." And she goes, all right, I don't want to do this. She's like, you better not get me fired. That's what she said. So now, again, I want to remind everybody that I'm blessed and lucky that Jesus Christ Almighty brought this man into my life. He is a world renowned doctor. He has been on
Hmm.
4 presidential panels for medical stuff by 4
Wow.
presidents. He has He has done surgery for leaders of countries around the globe. He's been in well over 1,000 documented like magazines or audios or TV things or it's you know it's incredible who this man is in the medical field. I brought him up to just about everybody I've run into that or anybody in the medical field. They're like, "Oh my God, I know who he is." Um, so you and his thing down there is they call him the Godfather, like my funny nickname down there because he always has a crew of doctors around him, and he runs it. He's Italian, and he runs it like a tough ship. So, or they call him the boss. Either one, it's either Godfather or the boss, right? That's okay. And so nobody really kind of jokes with him too much, because of who he is and his position. So I make this nurse go get him, and he walks over and he's got his hands done up, and he's like, what's the problem? I said, is it too late to get a second opinion? And he literally looked at the nurse and said, put him under, and walked away from me. So, so it was because
I think you're in good hands, Pete.
When he would John, when he would come in the room, he would be surrounded by 4 other doctors that were part of his essential teams. And one of the times they came in, I was kind of half out of it, as tired. And he's like, "Hey, we got to talk to you." I said, I got up and I woke up. I said, "All right, which one of you goons is going to whack somebody for me today? I got a couple names." So anyway, you got to have fun. All right,
well,
let's do this.
As long as he's not like Dr. House and has that bedside manner, hopefully.
No,
he'll
he's
be in
really
good.
he like I said, he likes to joke around with me, but he also, he's told me flat out that I have a special place in his heart because he's had multiple people that have had toxic that have lived and died. He's had multiple people that have had sepsis and lived and died. I am the only one that has lived that had both at the same time, and he considers me he says you're my miracle, and he goes that's why whenever something happens, I'm one of the few people that have his personal cell phone number that I can call him at any point at any time and say I need help, and like when I went down to Disney just 2 weeks ago, we had just found this thing going on, right, and I said to him, I said, is it okay if I fly? Because I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the air pressure on a hernia or whatever would. And he's like, you're fine. He's like, but you got my number. And he goes, if anything goes wrong, you're to call me right away. He's like, call me from the park if you have to. I don't care. I was like, well, how am I going to get back on a plane to get back to you if something goes wrong? He goes, no. He goes, I have a whole team in Orlando General, and I will tell you who you're going to, and they will take care of you. And I'm like, okay, good enough.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's phenomenal. Nice to have
so
friends in high places. That's great.
I got lucky, John. I got lucky.
Yeah.
With it for somebody to be there and to hook us all up. But God had a path. God knew what he was doing when he put me to this and he asked me to bear this cross. He also knew that he had some people in my corner that were going to help me to do what we're doing. And now we're helping a ton of people. There's 50 some people in here at 12:16 at night. And hopefully maybe one of them or 2 of them had a bad day. And you and I are putting a smile on their face. And I think we're about to put a smile on a lot of people's faces in a minute. Because
I don't want to underplay the magnificence of doctors because they do so much for us, but also never forget, Pete, you have the McDivitt community behind you. We're all praying for you, and all those prayers
work. Prayers work
too.
There were so many. You're right, John. 100%. So many people were praying for me when it went through that. I think God said, hey, this has a purpose here. So, and I'm glad that when I came back home, I had not been as loyal to church over the years before because I was always working or always at a kids sports thing or always at something. And since I've come home, talking with Jen, she reminded me of that because she was going to church and doing it virtually because of everything, and got me back into it. Now I try every Sunday to be at church for an hour and say a few things, but I talk to God when I'm sitting here. There'll be a lot of times where I'll be sitting here and I'll look at Tina's prayer list or somebody will text me with something going, and I'll just say, hey, pray for some people. I've prayed for you at times. I prayed for many others at times. So I do believe it works. But yeah, you're right.
Same here, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to give some points out, and here's how it's going to work. We're going to work the system like we're doing it. Should we have the other one up there so people can see it? Will it work live for this?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll continue applying it to episode 5 so we can watch it.
Okay, episode 5. So here's what's going to happen, everybody. The answer, I need stop signs up in a minute. I'll tell you in a minute. Wait for me. When I ask you the question, the correct answer is number 1. If you get it correct, you're getting bonus points. We're going to show you how this works. And I'll
Oh,
tell
if
you,
only this happened every week.
if only this happened every week. Exactly. So here's your chance. Kate, did I tell you? Look, see, this is Kate didn't listen. So now Kate is going into
Kate?
timeout. If Kate is going into timeout for 10 seconds. Oh, I hit Neil by
Kate
accident.
needs to attend the moderator show.
Neil, that's your Neil. It's Kate's fault. It's Kate's fault that I timed you out. Now Kate's in timeout for 10 seconds. So that's Kate's fault, Neil. Give it to her when you come back. So we're not going to do this for 10 seconds, okay? Make sure your button is red. Yeah, make sure your button is red. And when I tell the people to put stop signs up, the answer to the question is number 1. Okay, Neil, you're there. Good. The answer to the question is number 1. I will give the question when the stop signs come up. All the answers that go in will get a bonus point, and you'll be able to see how it works.
Hang on. Do you want this to be a real deal episode where we can watch live? Because I can make that happen.
Yeah.
Let's try this. All right, give me one moment. Let's make this happen because it's exciting.
Good deal. And then, again, don't forget to go over and check out our friend John, Tuesday nights 9:30, Grand and Miraculous. Don't forget that you can come over with us. We've got the guy coming tomorrow. I call him the man because he loves the Tiki Room. Ken Bruce will be here tomorrow night with us at 7 o'clock, and you don't want to miss this episode. It's going to be his book is 400 pages long, and he's got so much stuff in there, all the way back to when Walt started. Interviewed people that worked with Walt. I mean, it's incredible. 7 o'clock tomorrow. Friday night news and
Mark. Oh,
yes.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say
how many points for this segment?
200.
Excellent.
Friday night news and merch, and then Sunday back in there doing our Sunday night show. The girls do so well with Dutchyland at 6 o'clock. I'm going to be doing some sports also this weekend. A little bit of wrestling, a little bit of. I'm going to do some baseball tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So please, John, is this web accessible yet, or just?
Yeah, you can go to twotruths.live right now. As you can see, it says waiting for game to start. So
can you drop that link in there real quick again?
Yes, let me do that.
I was going to go back and get it. You're probably quicker, to be honest with you.
It's all good. There you go.
Can you get 400 for being the first? I can give you negative 200. Negative 200 to miss. Yeah, like John won't let me do that.
Nah, it's all right. We can edit it.
All right, so stop signs up. Stop signs up. We'll get those up by the mods. All right, here is the question. Here's the question. The 3 statements. There's three statements. Number 3, Paul Engel is the sponsor of this segment. Number 2, John built an incredible scoring system. Or number 1, Neil, Paul Engel, Udalali Lane Kate, and Jonathan Chong are all watching the show in their birthday suits. Please pick the lie now and put it into the chat. You have until the music ends. Everybody's going 1. That's surprising. I didn't expect everybody to go 1. Thought there might be a 2 or a 3. 7, 6, 5. The real James Stapp. Welcome in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop signs up. Stop signs up. Okay.
You'll notice there's a little icon on the right, and it says closed now because we have the stop signs.
There you go. So it knew that we had 22 people that are getting 200 points. right there. So now we can see all that.
Someone
Correct?
voted 3. Look at that.
Donna, what are you doing? Voting 3. Okay. So now we can go see it. We're done.
So you have to tell us the answer, Pete.
Oh, the answer is number 1.
There we go.
Okay, the lie was number 1, and there's everybody.
That's episode 6. So, yep. So that's how it works.
There you go. So you'll be able to see your point. Now everybody's getting those points tonight. I thought 3 was the lie. I just told everybody before. I gave everybody the answer. Jewelry picks. I love you. Can we give her a bonus on one of the things?
Absolutely.
Give her the 200 bonus because she stayed up with us, and because I got to see her and say hello to her at the meetup. That way everybody wins tonight. Should this include the bonus points from the raid? It doesn't work that way because this is just the episode. It'll include it at the end.
Those will be added to episode 5. I'll clean all that up later.
Yeah, that gets added in at the end, Jill.
Yep.
This is just a question. So as you're watching the leaderboard through the show, like if you see right now, he just put a bonus on Jewelry Pick. She's got a blue thing next to her. He'll go through and put all that in at the end and clean it up. But during the show, you won't see any of the that until the very end. You know, maybe the next day it'll all be cleaned up and on there. But you'll be able to see how many you got live, who got them right, all that kind of stuff, all the way through. And we'll be starting this next week, doing the whole thing. So I'll have the scoreboard up there, and you can you'll be able to see that, guys. And I hope that John, I can't say thank you enough for doing this. You know, I know you're a very smart guy when it comes to computers, and you know, I'm grateful to have a lot of good people around me. We are in the process of rewriting our whole website, which I'm hopeful that we will be able to have it done in the near future. I know we've got everybody working hard to try to get it there because I really want to get it up, get that website up. It's killing me that we don't have it. So
Kate really wants us to pay attention to Jonathan's question, and I can answer that.
Go ahead.
There's a little secret. It doesn't read the stop signs yet. I'm pushing buttons on the back end, but I swear that all the scoring is automated. Mostly because I didn't want to rely on the stop emojis yet, but I'll add that at some point.
That'll be at some point. You know, we're taking this section by section because eventually it'll, you know, as we get onto some of the different games, like say we did a Price is Right, you know, or something like that. You know, it's more stuff that John could add to this, but he had to get the basis for it down and working good and all that. So the fact that he just has to hit a button to tell it to stop and a button to tell it which one is the right thing, as opposed to sitting there looking through Excel sheets and chasing all that stuff is huge. And the bigger things we could do. So,
and I'm really grateful to Kate and Jen and everybody else who helped me beta test it along the way. Really, really grateful.
And they should know that I'm seeing it for the first time tonight. You know, I was sitting here one day and I had Jen call me up, tell me, yeah, this is going on and this is going on and this is going on. I'm like, when did I lose control of this corral? I was like, what is going on? Who's doing what? And then she told me, and you know, of course, when it comes to people like her and yourself and many others whose names are in the chat, when I trust my people. You know, I've said it many times. My grandfather said, if you want to be great, surround yourself with incredible people. And that's what I try to do. So if you're in some type of role on this channel, then, you know, or in some type of role as we do it. And that, like I said, that could be from simply as being, you know, a moderator on the channel, or, you know, doing it, coming on live on the streams, or to, you know, Casey, who helps me stream at the parks, to Park Hopper Choppers, who works with me on the scooter thing so that I can be in the parks with, you know, doing what I do, to all of the people who just come into the chat. This game doesn't work if you guys aren't in the chat and participating, or this game doesn't work if you guys aren't coming in on a regular basis and being a part of what we're doing, and wanting to. I mean, I want you here because you want to be here. Pete, you've been out of control for a long time. Again, Kate, I surround myself with incredible people. Look at that meetup. That meetup was easily 7-8 people, easily. You know, that I had 4 or 5 people that came over and helped set up. Jen helped me run everything from a top level thing. I had, recently I had Kelsey over top helping me book things. I had Debbie Bernfeld running all the charity stuff for the auction stuff and setting all that up. I had Casey there who was in charge of all the regular pictures. I had Tina there who was in charge of the group picture. Jen set up the section over there for all the web stuff. And then I had, Angela Minner and Jeanette Jay Nashville now is in charge of helping me with all of the bags for all of the stuff. So, while it's my name on the barn door to give us a vessel, and I may be sitting in somewhat of a modified leadership seat or captain seat, whatever you want to call it. What we're doing, this vessel doesn't work without everybody from square one to the Ninja Watchers all the way up to me, to what I do, because it is our community and what we do. And it's just going to get bigger and stronger and more people coming in when they find they can come here and be treated with respect and we can have some fun and it's valued. So John, I say to you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Absolutely.
you. So final thought for you for the night. We're going to say goodnight to everybody.
Well, let me call out partner in crime, Kate. She's been very helpful in scoring and especially when I'm not able to. So I'm very grateful for everything you've done. I hope Kate comes to your moderator class because we need to teach her how to not time people out on Grand and Miraculous accidentally. But I'm sure she'll learn a few things when she attends the moderator class. But thank you for everything you do, Pete. It's been my pleasure to throw in my 2 cents and support this great community.
Absolutely. I need a sound bite. What can I do after that? Let me see here. After that comment, let me see. I got to go down a little bit. Let's see. Oh, which one do I want?
And yes, I'll pay for that later.
And you'll pay for that later. Let's see. Let's go.
Move along.
There you go. Move along. You're in trouble there. So, for doing that.
Yep.
What is this one?
Hey, it's Jackie with Super Enthused. You're watching the Pete McDevitt Show. Hope you're enjoying it. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Well, thank you, Jackie. I didn't know that was in there. So,
There's so much cream there.
Oh no. Nope. That's my own soundbite. Nope. All right. We're good.
I would never put a banana in my mouth.
Yep. That's true. She does not like bananas. So.
Good grief.
There's the one I was looking for Kate that I couldn't find. That's the one I was looking for. So, all right. We'll see you guys real soon, John. I can't say thank you enough. Continue to keep supporting the channel. Go check him out. See what he's doing. So much good stuff over there. If you love Back to the Future, you'll love that one. And all the other ones that you've been working on doing. I can't wait for what's more to come.
Oh, and in case you haven't watched it, I want to call out too, Dave Stragan appeared on my show last night as a special guest, and he talked about his DeLorean collection. So
his DeLorean collection,
if you want to watch Dave's stories,
and if you're at the meetup and you ask Dave about it, Dave knows his cars. He'll talk to you about that.
Oh yeah,
good stuff.
Oh yeah,
it's good
for
stuff.
sure.
So,
Yep.
All right, with that, we are out the door, and we will see you. What is today? Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow night with Ken Bruce and Jen, and hopefully all of you. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, Musketeers, for joining the party. We'll be looking for you tomorrow, same time, same place.